Many years have passed since Son Goku and Vegeta's conversation, where the two talked about their respective wives and the time they would have with them, as Chi-Chi and Bulma would age faster than the two Saiyans, and even Goku and Vegeta appeared to be old. The two Saiyans could still live for several years thanks to the divine powers they possessed in their bodies, which prolonged their lives. Goku and Vegeta knew that they would live longer than their wives, and whether or not they both would end up seeing their loved ones losing their lives. Goku and Vegeta had decided to stay by their beloved wives' side and would create good memories with them. The two Saiyans abandoned the world of martial arts. They had stopped fighting threats to planet Earth, and not even when thousands of warriors came to Earth to conquer it. Neither of the two Saiyans tried to face the warriors. Goku and Vegeta let other warriors fight against the invaders. Pan, Gohan's daughter, and son Goku's granddaughter ended up leading the battle, which they won easily. Even though they were retired from the world of martial arts, Goku and Vegeta began training a new generation of warriors who were descendants of other Z warriors. Some of these descendants were trained to protect planet Earth in the future, and perhaps even the 7th universe if there was a new tournament of power in the future. And the two Saiyans ended up accepting to train these new warriors as they could develop a new generation of warriors and spend some time with their family members. And so the years of Goku and Vegeta passed, years that they enjoyed quite alongside their respective wives and families. In the 7th universe. Currently in the 7th universe, more precisely on planet Earth, it was possible to see Son Goku and Chi-Chi sitting a few meters from their house looking at the horizon and watching the sunset together, something the couple started doing a few years ago. Sometimes they were accompanied by some family and friends who paid visits to Goku and Chi-Chi from time to time. Goku was older than before. His hair, which was black, was now completely white, and his beard, which was small and only had a few white strands, was now much larger and completely white, and his muscular body no longer had so many muscles on his face. It was possible to see the wrinkles showing that Goku was already quite old, even for members of his race. Chi-Chi, who had used the power of the Dragon Balls to become younger in the past, was now old again, only she was even older now than in the past. Chi-Chi had long, completely white hair, her body was smaller, and she had more wrinkles than her husband. Goku said, "Chi-Chi, you recently paid a visit to Bulma, didn't you? How is she?" Vegeta ended up telling me that she is very sick, and from what they discovered, it is a new disease that no one has ever had. Goku asked his wife, who was lying on her lap. Chi-Chi said, "Yes, I recently paid a visit to Bulma. She is very weak and it looks like it will get even worse over time. When I was there, Vegeta talked to me a little and he said that he used the Dragon Balls to try to cure Bulma, but unfortunately her illness is related to the use of the Dragon Balls and the power of Shenron," said Chi-Chi, making Goku surprised for a moment by his wife's speech. Goku said, "Why would Bulma get sick because of Shenron or his power?" the Saiyan asked, a little confused. After all, Shenron never harmed anyone unless it was someone else's desire. Chi-Chi said, "These are the effects of using the power of the Dragon Balls to become younger again, and because of this, it is impossible to cure Bulma's illness. Not even the angels can do anything. After all, that would be breaking their rules. Now what's left for Bulma is to wait for death, and Vegeta can only watch her dying little by little," Chi-Chi said, lifting her face a little and looking at her husband, who soon ended up realizing something. Goku said, "You made the same wish as Bulma, so that means..." Goku said before being interrupted by his wife, who held one of his hands and squeezed it lightly. Chi-Chi said, "Yes, Goku, I'm dying and I also have this disease. But unlike Bulma, I trained my body in the past and that's why I'm not being so affected by the disease. But I slowly feel my life ending," Chi-Chi said while taking Goku's hand to her face and looking at it. Goku said, "So what's left for me is to continue by your side until your time comes," Goku said in a sad tone because he didn't want to lose his wife. Guys, before continuing this epic story, leave your like, and of course if you want to help the channel even more, be a member of the channel and help the channel financially, and of course subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any news. Once that's done, let's continue the story. Months later. A few months passed, and as expected, Chi-Chi ended up going to sleep and never waking up again. Goku was very sad because he had lost his wife. Vegeta also had to go through this pain, as Bulma, like Chi-Chi, ended up losing her life after some time, and just like Chi-Chi, Bulma had an end without any suffering, as she also ended up losing her life while sleeping. After Bulma and Chi-Chi's funeral, Goku and Vegeta began living together to keep each other company, and even though the rest of their families invited the two Saiyans to live with them, both Goku and Vegeta refused the invitation. Currently, it was possible to see Goku and Vegeta in a very beautiful flower field that Bulma and Chi-Chi liked to spend time in the past. The two Saiyans were wearing their old martial arts clothes and were staring at each other. Goku said, "It's been a while since I came to this place. Since Chi-Chi and Bulma's death, the two of us haven't gone out much. Are you sure you want to do this, Vegeta? You know we're not like we were before and we won't last long," Goku said while looking at Vegeta, who was warming up. Vegeta said, "Of course I'm sure of that, Kakarot. We have lived as warriors for most of our lives, and in recent years we have stayed by our wives' side, and to be honest, I don't want to wait in bed for my death, but if we are scared of that, we can go home," said Vegeta while looking at Goku. Goku said, "No, I don't want to have to go home and be sad remembering Chi-Chi's final moments, and also I think this ending suits both of us more, and Bulma and Chi-Chi would agree with me," Goku said, giving a slight sad laugh to Vegeta, who did the same thing. Vegeta said, "I don't know if this reincarnation thing really exists, but if it exists and we reincarnate in the same era, we will meet again, and I can already tell you that I will defeat you, Kakarot," said Vegeta, giving a big smile and then activating the power of Ultra Ego. Goku said, "If you defeat me, I will become stronger to face you again, and no matter how many times I lose, I will overcome myself more and more. After all, we are eternal rivals even in other lives, Vegeta," said Goku, giving a big smile and activating the power of Ultra Instinct. Goku and Vegeta stared at each other for a few seconds, but then they advanced towards each other with full force with their fists armed, and when they were close enough, they exchanged blows that ended up hitting each other, making the two have a quick memory about the time when they were young and had no knowledge about divine beings, and their biggest concern was to become stronger, and thanks to that exchange of punches, a wave of wind was generated that cracked the ground and several flowers ended up flying because of the air pressure. After that exchange of blows, the two Saiyans remained in that position for a few seconds until they both returned to their base forms, and little by little they fell to the ground. When they fell to the ground, the two Saiyans were smiling, but little by little their hearts stopped beating, causing them both to lose their lives. But for the two Saiyans, that was the most suitable death for them, who had reached the level of power of the gods. Guys, with this we will end this story. Did you like it? Leave a lot of likes on the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you another day, guys.